Imagine never dying again, and an unlimited supply of iron and gold. Here are 18 essential Minecraft farms. Wanna know the fastest way to get XP in the game? Like enough to reach level 30 in barely a few minutes? You can build an Enderman XP farm. You'll be able to unlock the best enchantments, repair your gear on an anvil, and even get a few ender pearls on the side. The best place to build it would be in the end dimension, out on the floating islands where Endermen spawn a lot more. So you just build a huge bridge into the void with non-spawnable blocks, and build a big platform over there. Then all you gotta do is herd them there. Endermen completely lose their minds over endermites. If you put one somewhere they can't reach, every enderman in the range will go straight for it and walk right onto your platform. Just name tag your endermite and make it sit in the minecart so it cannot despawn, and all the endermen in the area would be dragged to that one spot. Have trapdoors placed there which would make the enderman drop just enough that a single hit would finish them off into a hopper. And there you go, with endless XP. Imagine never having to mine a single block of iron ever again. There's a farm that literally hands you around 300 iron every hour while you just stand and watch. It's so useful because iron is used in almost everything you make, be it your armor, tools, hoppers, or anvils. Villagers are the key to make this farm work because they're passive and also kinda scaredy cats with the iron golem as their sole protector. Wherever they see a zombie, they panic and try to spawn the iron golem for protection. So what you do is gather a few villagers together with their beds, which is important because your villagers have to sleep every night and need a bed close by or the farm would stop working. Then seal a single zombie in a boat within 6 blocks of them, just close enough for them to see but not close enough for it to hurt them. So they just keep on panicking non-stop and iron golems keep on spawning on a platform just above them. Water would push each golem into lava, and the iron would fall straight into a hopper and into your chest. Do you want to have an endless supply of prismarine and fish, and a wall of XP, all just coming out of one big fish factory? You make this farm work using guardians, because they can only spawn inside the water of an ocean monument. If you take that water away, they have to look for the nearest available water source, which will be your trap. So just find an ocean monument, and take its water away by draining it. The guardians will start spawning in whatever water is left there, and you could then use water streams to make them fall, and then one hit to kill them as the hoppers underneath will grab everything they drop. You can literally get thousands of prismarine shards and crystals along with raw cod and some serious XP, which is awesome because prismarine builds some really pretty blocks. But fair warning, draining an ocean monument is an ambitious task, which is a pain to get through, but the returns are honestly worth it. Have you ever thought of making it impossible to die in Minecraft? It is possible by getting so many totems of undying at your disposal so that dying literally starts to feel preventable. You can do this by building a raid farm, and this gives you totems and emeralds, plus saddles, enchanted books, iron gear, and ominous banners, all in this one farm. Set up a small village on one platform. Since raiders cannot appear on water, build it over the ocean so that they only spawn on your platform. Then just trigger a bad omen and walk into the farm to start the raid. Waves of raiders will fall down into a kill room via a drop where one strike would be enough to finish them off, and you would be able to get all the loot, which means a chest full of totems so you can take insane risks and still avoid death every single time. You can build a slime farm to get large amounts of slime, which would also unlock the most fun redstone mechanics in the game. Slimes only spawn in special slime chunks that are deep underground or in swamps at night, so you can just track down a slime chunk using a finder for your seed, then carve out a big dark spawning room low inside it, and then just let it play out while standing on a platform high above. The slimes would spawn in the dark below you and fall into a kill spot that would feed straight into your hoppers. You would get slime balls, which build slime blocks, sticky pistons, leads, and magma cream. And slime blocks are the whole reason flying machines even exist. These slime balls would get you literally every bouncy contraption you can think of. You can just keep on multiplying your wool without having to look for or kill any sheep by making a simple wool farm. You'll get wool in any color you want, and wool can be used for quite some stuff in the game like making beds, carpets, banners, and is honestly a staple in building. So we all know that sheep eat grass to regrow their wool over and over again. You just have to gather your sheep on a patch of grass, point a dispenser loaded with shears at each sheep, and simply let an observer watch for the wool to grow back. The moment it does that, the dispenser would shear the sheep automatically, and the wool would drop into a hopper and straight into your chest. If you want colored wool, just dye each sheep once and it will stay that color forever. You can make a mob farm which spawns all types of mobs that you can kill to get items like gunpowder, bones, arrows, strings, and rotten flesh. So hostile mobs only spawn in the dark, away from you. If you just build a big dark box high up in the sky, mobs would start to spawn there. You could then use a water stream to shove every mob into a corner which has a trapdoor, so they'll all get thrown down into a pit, which would kill the entities when they drop, and you would be able to collect all the items using a hopper placed at the bottom. One of the rarest things you can get in the game is the beacon, and there's actually a way to farm it. Just get wither skeleton skulls, and 3 of those build the wither boss, which would drop the nether star that you need for the beacon. Wither skeletons only spawn inside a nether fortress, so just get inside a fortress and prepare spawning platforms and spawn proof the entire surrounding nether to maximize spawn rate. Then just lure the wither skeletons to fall down a specific spot using a piglin where you can easily finish them off with a few hits. You'll even end up getting a lot of coal and bones every time. A thing to remember though, always swing the sword yourself with looting on it, because though skulls only drop at 2.5% normally, looting pushes that up to 5.5% on Java, and even higher on Bedrock. Having infinite wood would be so cool, because it is literally the single most used resource in the entire game. You would literally get logs, planks, sticks, charcoal, and scaffolding with no chopping required by building an auto tree farm. You make this by using bone meal, which would grow a sapling into a full tree almost instantly. So you just plant a sapling under it and make a dispenser spit bone meal at it until a tree shoots up, and then you can set up a TNT duplicator to rip the trunk apart. Then you can make water have every log flow into a hopper for you, and there you go, with infinite wood that you can use for countless things in the game. And just like the trees grow instantly with bone meal, our channel also grows with your support. So hit that subscribe button real quick and let's get back to building. One of the best fuels in the game is kelp. It grows underwater and can be harvested and dried to make kelp blocks, and you can farm it pretty easily in the game. Each block smelts 20 times, but the catch is that unlike coal, it is fully renewable. Building a farm for kelp works similar to a bamboo farm. Because kelp grows upwards inside water, you have to set up a tall water column with kelp at the bottom, and set up an observer near the top, as it would catch each new growth and then fire off a piston to cut it off. The cut pieces would float up or get pulled into a hopper, from where you can simply craft them into those dried blocks we use as fuel. Dried kelp also works as a quick snack that you gulp down pretty fast. So if you stock a few blocks of this, you would just never need coal again for smelting. One of the most essential and basic farms you can build in the game is an infinite lava farm. You would never run out of furnace fuel again, as this farm keeps on slowly handing you full lava buckets, and a single lava bucket can smelt 100 times, which is even better than a full block of coal. And building this is simple as well. Just set up a source of lava up on a block, hang a pointed dripstone right beneath it with its tip pointing down, drop a cauldron under that, and it would catch every single drop of lava until it is completely full. At first, it will need a few buckets every few minutes, so you have to build a row of them, and then this becomes an effortless fuel source in the game. You can build a bamboo farm and get free fuel and scaffolding all the time. Bamboo is the fastest growing plant in the game, and you can use it as a cheap furnace fuel, or make planks and blocks for your builds. And scaffolding is used to climb anywhere in seconds. You can make this farm by just planting it next to water, and then simply making an observer on top watch for new growth. Because bamboo grows insanely fast, it would grow into view pretty quickly, and the observer can then fire a piston that would snap off the bamboo stalk. Then you can place a hopper minecart to just grab whatever is dropped at the bottom. You can create a simple drowned farm to get materials like rotten flesh, copper, and armor, as well as experience orbs. In Bedrock Edition, this simple farm can also produce nautilus shells. To build this farm, you have to go into a dungeon where you need to find a zombie spawner, seal the room entirely, and fill it up with water. As the zombies spawn into it, their heads will get submerged in the water. After 30 seconds of having their heads submerged in water, some zombies will start to drown. They'll be seen quivering their heads visibly for a bit. Once they have become drowned zombies, you can start killing them. Previously, you would be able to get tridents this way, but this has since been patched. Free redstone would be the coolest thing ever, right? You can actually get that by building a witch farm. You build this farm by just finding a hut out in the swamp and spawn-proof everything around it. Witches spawn at a higher rate inside a swamp witch hut, and they would spawn almost nowhere else nearby if you spawn-proof it by lighting up everything that is close. This would make sure that the witches only spawn inside the hut itself. Replace the hut with spawning platforms and use water channels to make them fall down a trap from which they would land straight into your hopper and die, giving you all the loot. Build an AFK platform and you're done. Optionally, you can keep a villager nearby to trade your sticks for emeralds. You can get redstone and witch drops on repeat, glowstone dust, gunpowder, sugar, sticks, glass bottles, spider eyes, and whatnot. So we know that an adult piglin holding a gold ingot will examine it for a few seconds and then toss you a random item from its loot table. You can actually use this mechanic to build a bartering farm with piglins. You would feed it gold and it would give you rare loot, and you can get random nether stuff, ender pearls, crying obsidian, or even the jackpot like soul speed boots or bugs. Down in the nether, just drop a few adult piglins into safe 1-block pits, then set a dispenser to feed them gold ingots. Place a hopper under the area where they would throw the random stuff, and it will catch whatever they fling back at you. Also remember to wear 1 piece of gold armor so that they don't attack you on sight. Also make sure that they are fully grown adults, because those little baby piglins will just pocket your gold and give you nothing in return. This is another XP farm, and you can build this out of a spawner that you can trip over while mining. For this, you would need a spawner which pumps out mobs forever, as long as it stays dark and you stay close by. So once you find a dungeon with a zombie or skeleton spawner, you would need to completely wall the room off and keep it pitch black. Then let a water stream push the spawn mobs into a deep pit. They would fall just enough to leave them weak, and you can one-hit them straight into a hopper. This is one of the cheapest XP farms you can build, as you don't need any rare materials. So this is a good start if you've just gone into the farm business. An unlimited supply of gold would be totally amazing, right? And you can get just that by building yourself a gold farm. You would get a mountain of gold nuggets that you can turn into ingots and golden carrots, which is one of the best foods in the game. To build this farm, you just have to head up to the nether roof or build spawning platforms out of magma blocks. Just make sure to add a couple of blocks at the top to prevent ghasts from spawning. Zombified piglins will spawn crazy fast up here. Place a turtle egg to attract the piglins, who will then fall down the trapdoor gaps. All you need is an AFK spot and you'll be filthy rich in no time. Do you really want cheap villager trades? Can build a kind of a villager trading farm. Curing a zombie villager gives you permanent massive discounts on literally everything that a villager sells. So you have to build small cells, then place 1 villager in each cell with the workstation that gives the trait that you want. Then you infect the villager with a zombie and cure it with a weakness potion and a golden apple. Rinse and repeat, and just watch the prices go down plummeting. And if you want to see 25 amazing redstone contraptions that you should try, click on the video on your screen now.